Good morning, Tigers. My name is Keller Matthews with your campus weather forecast. Happy Good Friday as we kick off the Easter weekend. And unfortunately, we don't have the best weather in store to kick off that Easter weekend. We got some potential for severe weather as we move into tonight. Now, this is the severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, and that's a branch of the National Weather Service that specializes in severe weather prediction. They have a large swath of the country under that severe weather outlook. Here in Columbia, we fall under a slight risk area. That's that yellow area that you see on the map, and that's a level 2 out of 5. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that we won't get thunderstorm activity. It just means that the severe potential for those thunderstorms isn't quite as high as we see off to the north in Quincy and Kirksville, where they're under an enhanced risk. That's a level 3 out of 5 for severe weather potential. Now, why are we getting that severe weather? It really all has to do with this low pressure system currently centered over Kansas, and that's going to start to make its way eastward as we move into the afternoon and into the evening. Now, a lot of that moisture that we have in the air is going to combine with that cold front attached to that low pressure system, and that's going to create a lot of instability in the atmosphere, giving us that potential for that severe weather. Now, off to the north, they're dealing with some cooler temperatures up there, and all that moisture with that warm front is going to give them quite a bit of snow. Now, in the wake of that low pressure system and that cold front, a lot of cool air following behind it, so we're going to see those temperatures drop pretty significantly from your high today into your high tomorrow. Now, what are the threats associated with this severe weather potential? Well, you certainly can't rule out tornadoes, large hail, or damaging winds, but I don't think those threats are quite as significant as the threat for flooding. And the reason why I think that is because we've just gotten so much rain in the last couple of days. We've seen over 2 inches of accumulation between yesterday and the day before that. So a lot of that rain isn't going to be able to absorb into the ground as easily. So you could see areas of isolated flooding in certain parts of the city and the surrounding areas. So definitely something to keep in mind, especially if you're going to be traveling tonight. I know a lot of you are going home for Easter weekend, so just make sure you're keeping updated on that forecast and watching out for any standing water in the road if you are making that trip home. So as we move into the satellite and radar, we can see a little bit of cloud cover out there this morning. That's going to inhibit the development of those thunderstorms just a little bit. Because we don't have a lot of sunshine, we're not going to warm up as fast as we normally would with those clear skies. However, that doesn't mean that we're not going to warm up as we move into the afternoon. Now, as for your future cast, we can see that thunderstorms start to develop as we move into the overnight. Around 10 o'clock, I think, is when we're going to start to see those fire off. That could vary a little bit, but I would say right around 10 o'clock is when we're going to see that first band start to make its way into the region. Now, that'll clear out relatively quickly as we move into the overnight. We'll see those storms pretty much subside. However, that cloud cover will continue to linger as we move into tomorrow afternoon, but those will begin to clear as we move into tomorrow evening. And that'll give us really a very clear Easter Sunday full of sunshine, albeit if those temperatures do begin to drop a little bit as we move into tomorrow. Now, let's get you set up for today in the next couple of hours. Currently in Columbia, 61 degrees, winds out of the southeast at 7 miles an hour, but you see that humidity at 88%. That's all that moisture that's going to help create some of that thunderstorm activity as we move into the evening. Over the next couple of hours, we'll see those temperatures start to rise. 69 degrees by 11, 77 by 1 o'clock, and 79 by 3 o'clock, all topping out at a high temperature of right around 82 degrees, partly cloudy, and you see those winds from the south at 17 miles an hour, bringing in plenty of that moisture that's going to help those thunderstorms start to fire off as we move into the evening. Now, as for your overnight temperatures, 47 degrees, and you see those showers and thunderstorms that are going to come prior to that big cool down, but you'll also see those winds start to shift to the northwest at 14 miles an hour. As we move into tomorrow afternoon, 53 degrees, AM clouds, PM sun. I mentioned those clouds will begin to linger, or continue to linger rather, into tomorrow afternoon, but they will start to clear out by tomorrow night, giving us plenty of sunshine tomorrow evening and for your Easter Sunday. Quite a bit of wind, though, however. We're looking like some blustery conditions potentially in store for us tomorrow. Winds out of the west at 18 miles an hour. Now, as for your 7-day forecast, as I mentioned, pretty comfortable, if not a little cooler than what we've seen. Mid-60s as we move into next week. Then a big warm-up on Wednesday, potentially a few rain showers associated with those higher temperatures. Enjoy your Easter weekend and stay safe with that severe weather tonight.